Hello, my name is Abdalis Herrera and I'm a DMV certified driving instructor. I'm working for LEHMAN Auto Driving School. We're going to talk about how to pass the road test in New York State. The first thing that we need to know is what are the documents you need that day. The first one is the learner's permit. Make sure that it's valid, that you check your date of birth and everything, because the inspector may ask you for all this information that you have here to double check that is you. You will need your certificate. This one expires in a year, so again, make sure that everything is correct, that the date is correct as well. That day, if you need glasses, you need glasses. Bring your glasses. If you don't like to wear glasses and you wear contacts, then wear your contacts. Make sure that you do it, because on your learner's permit, it will say restriction B. If it's restriction B, you need your glasses that day. Something else that is really important, you cannot drive barefoot. So make sure that you go with closed shoes that day. Before the road test, read the book, okay? Cover to cover, especially chapter 4, 5, 6, and 7. I will repeat it. Chapter 4, 5, 6, and 7. Let's talk about turns. Turning is really important, because if you don't know how to turn to the right or how to turn to the left, then you will not get to the parallel parking or to the broken U-turn. We're going to explain here how to do it first, and then we're going to the road to see how it looks in practice. The first thing that we're going to talk about is turning to the right. This is kind of easy, because when the vehicle is here, right, you only have to look over your right shoulder to make sure that no one is coming here. Cyclists, pedestrians, okay? You look over your right shoulder, put your signal to the right, and you're gonna turn close to your right. That's pretty simple, okay? Look, that's the most important part. Look, signal, turn. Now we're gonna talk about left turns. Notice how I say turns, plural, because there are two kinds of left turns. Same scenario, we are here, right? We are here. Now on this case, because we're gonna turn to the left, we're gonna do it like in an L shape, all the way to the center. So you're gonna put your signal to the left. You're gonna look over your left shoulder. Same thing, to make sure that there are no cyclists here, pedestrians, nothing. So you can hear like in an L shape, and because you're making a left turn, you're going to turn on the left line, right? Then you're gonna drive a little bit here, signal to your right, look over your right shoulder, and you're going to move to your right if it's possible. Meaning that if there are heavy traffic here and you cannot turn right away, it's okay, little deal. Just put your signal so the inspector knows that your intention are to switch lanes, right? So you put your signal, you look both mirror, the rear mirror, the side view mirror, and over your right shoulder, and then when it's possible, you switch to your right. That's one case, okay? One turn, really important. Now you have another left turn where you don't have this line here. You don't have that line there, so you're gonna do the same thing. You are going to all the way to the center, right? And from the center, you turn. You can turn on the center of the lane, because you don't have another line to go to. The most important part is the L shape. That's the only way you're gonna be able to see what is happening here before you turn. If you do it like this, you fail right away, because maybe there is a vehicle here waiting for doing something, a pedestrian or something like that. So if you turn like that, you touch the yellow line, you fail. L shape. in order to see what is happening before you turn. So if you turn too close like this, you fail. But if you miss the point here and you turn too wide, it's 5 points on the test. So that's important too. When you get here, always look sidewalk to sidewalk to make sure that no one is crossing the street. If you notice there are people crossing the street, pedestrians, then you wait here. Wait in the middle of the intersection before you turn. Always look. No pedestrians? Okay. On the right turn, same thing. When you're turning, make sure. No, look sidewalk to sidewalk. No pedestrians? Okay, you turn. If they are pedestrians crossing the street, maybe they are texting, maybe they forget to check that you are trying to move. They always have the right of way. So all the time, every time that you're turning, always look sidewalk to sidewalk to make sure no one is crossing the street. Now we're going to talk about right of way. This is really important on the test as well. It doesn't matter that you know how to make a parallel parking, how to make a broken U-turn, how to turn to the left, how to turn to the right. If you don't know when to yield the right of way to another vehicle, then you will fail. Okay, the first thing that you need to know, let's say that we are here, right? This is our car. If you're going straight, you're the first one. If you're going to the right, you're the second one. Let's put that 1 here, okay? But if you're going to the left, you're the last one. And that goes in the opposite direction as well. If you have a vehicle here, right, that his intention, the driver's intention is to turn to their left, and you're going straight, you go first. And that person that wants to turn to the left is the last one. Remember that when you're driving and you're facing each other, it's like a mirror. So it's their left. For you, it will be like turning to the right, but for them, it's turning to their left. So they have to wait for you. Something important is that you don't have something if the other driver doesn't give it to you. So even though the right of way, it's a rule that you need to learn, if it's not safe to go first, then stay. The number 1 rule should always be arrive alive at home. With that in mind, even though that if you go straight, you have the right of way, if this driver that's turning to the left does not allow you to do it, stay. Be safe. So we are ready for the test. When the inspector get in, you give all the papers, you're going around the vehicle to face the traffic before you open the door. Clean, nothing coming, you open the door, and you're ready to go. When you are inside of the vehicle, you're going to adjust the seat. Okay, this button, back and forward. With these buttons over here, the back of the seat, you adjust the back or forward. You have to be seated in a way that you feel comfortable, but still you look alert, okay? That's important. Then you're going to put your seatbelt on. After that, we're going to adjust this mirror. All the black edges have to be aligned with the windshield in the back. You have to wait for the inspector to ask you to start the car. When they ask you that, you hold with the left hand the steering wheel, and you're going to proceed to start the vehicle with your foot on the brake. Then you're gonna hold the steering wheel in a 10 and 2 position. After you start the vehicle, you have to adjust the side view mirrors. It's over here. L for left, R for right. You choose the first one that you're gonna move, L, left, and you move it like this. You have to be able to see a little bit of the tail of your own vehicle and the traffic. Then are right. You have to be able to see the same. A little bit of detail of your vehicle and the traffic. On the left, you're gonna have your signal lights. You only use your fingers to move it. Down, left, up, right. On the center, you take it off. Down, left, up, right. On the center, you take it off. On your right, you have your wipers. Down. If it's raining, you will have to use it. 1 tap, it's slow. 2 taps, a little bit faster. And 3 taps, like the faster that it can go. It's important to understand that the vehicle has a safety feature, and it's over here. In order to move this, you have to press the brake. On this case, press this button. Not all the vehicles have the button on the shift, but all the vehicles you have to press the brake. You press the brake, the button, and then you move it to drive. The correct way of holding the steering wheel is in a 10 and 2 position. As a reminder, you can feel the steering wheel here, where your hand has to be. To switch lanes, you only have to move the wheel without releasing the position of the hands, like this. When you're turning in a corner, you have to do it in hand over hand. For example, if you're going to turn to the right, only using your fingers, signal to the right, and you're going to do it hand over hand, hand over hand, like so. When the steering wheel locks, you go back to the 10 and 2 position. If you turn to the left, only using your fingers, signal down to the left, and again, hand over hand. It could be a little bit tricky at first, but with practice, you can do it. When it locks again, you have to go back to the 10 and 2 position. We are ready for the test. Foot on the brake, gear on drive. I'm gonna look my mirror, signal to the left, look the mirror again, look my side view mirror, and look over my left shoulder. I notice a vehicle is coming. There are 2 of them. You can take your time until you feel safe. If the vehicle is on your block, it's always a good idea to let them go first. I'm gonna look here, and I'm going. Take off my signal. I'm gonna make a left turn here. I'm going all the way to the center. I look both ways to make sure that no one is coming. And hand over hand. And I recover hand over hand without touching the yellow or the white line. I'm gonna signal to the left again. Foot on my brake because the vehicle in front of me is stopped there. I have to be able to see both tires at the all time. Come to the center, and I'm just gonna wait for the traffic, or that the green light turns red. Whatever comes first, a gap on the traffic or the light change. I look everywhere. I'm waiting, but I'm still driving. And I land on the center. Remember, the speed limit is 25. You have to drive between 20 and 25. Foot on the brake because I know there's a hassle in front of me. Signal to the left again. I notice that stop sign is coming. Stop all the way. So I'm gonna stop by the first white line, foot on the brake, and then stop by the first white line. After I get a complete stop, I count 1, 2, 3. Always means that everybody has a stop sign. the first one who stops is the first one who goes. Look both ways. Next, we will make a parallel parking. I will signal to my right, look this mirror, the other one and over my right shoulder. All clear. I'm going to get close, mirror to the white vehicle. Mirror to mirror. I'm gonna put my gear reverse. I will turn the wheel once to the right. I will look again here, over my left shoulder, my left mirror, and over my right shoulder. All clear. I will release the brake. Looking back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. When I see more or less that the mirror it's aligning with the license plate, I will stop there. I'm gonna turn the wheel all the way to the left, and I will keep looking. I'm gonna look back again. When the vehicle is straight, I'm gonna stop and turn the wheel 2 times to the right. 1 and 2. Drive, and I will move forward. It's better to end it up a little bit far from the curve, like within 1 foot, than to hit the curve. Now we will see how it looks from the outside. I have my signal. I turn the wheel once to the right. I look left, right, my mirrors over my shoulder. Put my reverse. Make sure that it's safe. Take your time. I'm ready to move now. I'm looking over my right shoulder. I stop where I can see the triangle. Turn the wheel all the way to the left, and I keep looking and moving. When I see that my vehicle is straight, I stop, turn the wheel twice to the right to straight up, and move slightly forward. To pull out, put it on reverse. I'm gonna look my mirror, I'm gonna look behind, and I'm going to release a little bit until I can see both tires of the car in front of me. I wanna put my signal to my left, I'm gonna put the gear on drive, I'm gonna look here, there, over my shoulder. I'm gonna turn hand over hand a little bit, look again, and recover. Now I notice that I have a car, double park, look over my shoulder, and I go around. Signal to my right, I look over my right shoulder, and I keep moving. Stop sign. We'll stop at the first white line. 1, 2, 3. When it says stop all the way, means that everybody have a stop sign, so the first one who stops is the first one who goes. At this scenario, I go first, nobody else is coming. I'm going to stop next to the white car, so I signal to my right. I look the rear view mirror, I look the side view mirror, and over my shoulder to make sure that it's safe to get close to it. We're gonna make a 3-point U-turn, broken U-turn, or K U-turn. Same maneuver, 3 names. So I'm gonna put my signal to my left. I'm gonna look here, my left mirror, and over my left shoulder. Turn the wheel all the way to my left. I look again, make sure that everything is safe, no one is in front of me or behind me, and I keep looking. I'm gonna stop in the middle of the intersection, and I'm gonna turn the wheel all the way to my right. I'm gonna put the gear on the reverse. I'm gonna look left, right, and behind me. I stop, put it on drive, look again, and I turn the wheel all the way to my left. So it's left, right, left. And I recover. Now we're gonna see how it looks from the outside. Signal to the left, look over my left shoulder, Turn the wheel to the left all the way until it locks. All safe. Release the brake. Put my gear on reverse. Look both ways. Turn the wheel all the way to the right and release the brake. Turn the wheel all the way to the left. Put it on drive. Look both ways. All safe. Release the brake. We're gonna make a left turn, signal to my left. Look everywhere to make sure that it's safe. I'm gonna stop at the first white line. It's a red light, but still have to look. Scan the road, sidewalk to sidewalk. The mirrors, everything. Keep your eyes moving all the time. Keep your eyes moving. Change. I look to make sure that it's safe to go. I notice that I have two lines on my side, so I'm gonna choose the left one because I'm making a left without touching any lines. Signal to my right because the rule is that I always have to drive on my right, and I look before I switch lanes. If I want to switch lanes back to make another left turn, I signal to my left, I slow down, there is a pedestrian. Signal to my left, look both mirrors, look over my left shoulder, and I switch lanes here to make a left turn here. Slow down a little bit, I go to the center, hand over hand, and I stop at the first white line. Always make sure that you recover the wheels. Always drive on the right side. We're gonna make a right turn, signal to the right. As soon as the inspector gave you a direction, you signal right away. Look over my right shoulder to make sure that I'm not cyclist there. Because I'm making a right turn, I have to be close to my right. And I can land on the center because it's a one-way street. There is a bump coming up. Foot on the brake. That's the reason why the bump is there. So I have to slow down. Make sure that that brake is not coming out. Slightly move to the left, so I look over my left shoulder. Another stop sign here. 1, 2, 3. It's a one-way street, but I look both ways just in case. Slow down. If you go too fast for the condition of the road, they will give you 15 points, and that's half of your test. So when you see potholes, slow down. We're gonna make a right turn, signal to the right. I start looking over my right shoulder to slightly go to the right. Remember, if you're making a right turn, close to the right. If you're making a left turn, close to the left. This is stop. This one doesn't say always, means that only me has a stop sign, so I look everywhere. I have to yield the right away to the traffic if I notice something. All clear, I turn close to my right. And I recover. I will signal to my right again. I'm gonna make another right turn. Remember, close to the right because I'm gonna make a right turn. I look to my left to make sure that it's safe and close to my right. At the end of the test, the inspector will ask you to pull over to your right. So you're gonna put your signal to the right, look over your right shoulder, and you're gonna move to your right and stop the vehicle. Esta parte es para los que hablan español. Es muy importante que recuerden que el examen es solamente en inglés. Solo en inglés. Aunque el inspector hable español, el momento del examen no lo va a hacer. Así que es importante que se aprendan estas palabras claves, estas frases claves. La primera es start the car. Start the car. Enciende el vehículo. La segunda sería go, ve. O pull out. Saque el vehículo de la línea, ¿ok? Go or pull out. Sacar el vehículo de la línea. Es donde tienen que mover el vehículo. La próxima sería make a left. 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 Turn. Left, izquierda. Haz una izquierda o dobla a la izquierda. Left sería la palabra clave. ¿Ok? Make a right turn. Right. Right. Derecha. Dobla a la derecha o haz una derecha. ¿Ok? Right. Left. Right. Esas dos son claves, ¿ok? Pull over to the right and stop. Pull over to the right and stop. Usualmente se utiliza esta frase cuando se termina el examen. Debes de pararte a la derecha, ¿ok? Y detener el carro. Pull over to the right and stop. La próxima que es clave es parallel parking. Parallel parking. En esta frase, la más importante es parking. Parking. ¿Ok? Solo hay que ser astutos. Si no sabemos el color del carro, los colores, o no estamos muy seguros dónde pararnos por el idioma, entonces, como es parking, elijan el carro donde tenga más espacio detrás. Usualmente ese será. Parallel parking. Parking, se paran al lado del carro que tenga más espacio detrás para parquearse. Broken U-turn. Broken U-turn. Esta tiene tres variantes. Broken U-turn, 3 points U-turn o K-U-turn. Lo más importante es aprendernos esta parte en inglés. U-turn. Nunca será la vuelta en un solo paso. Siempre será rota, ¿ok? Pero al aprendernos la frase completa, si escuchamos U-turn, ya vamos a saber que es un broken U-turn. Deben de pararse a la derecha, poner su señal y continuar a hacerlo.